Well, when I was first starting, I think I just want to be nice by nature. It's just me. And so when we were preparing for the Thumper show, so Bob and I would rehearse at this place, and unbeknownst to me, because I think we were opening in a week or two, he invites friends to see us to watch us rehearse. I'm like, Bob, I got so at first I said, why would you, the part of the show is the whole illusion part, right? So it wouldn't be, So I was very uptight and I was singing and, I was so freaking green. I didn't know I was always by the piano, the what do you call that, the nook or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, of the piano, because that's my safe spot, right, of the grand piano. Excuse me. So and so the guys gave great comment, but there was one guy, and I always keep telling Bob, and I want to mention this guy's name. He said, "Why are you so nice on stage? You're never gonna be popular because you have to be mean. If you're in drag, you have to be mean." I said, "Why? Why do you have to be mean?" So that stuck with me.
It doesn't even go with your character at all. Like a mean
No,
drag show.
I know. So I why do I have to make fun of somebody in order to make people laugh? That's not what I'm about. I'm really about the music and the singing. So and then after so many months of thinking about that, then I said, Bob, you know what your friend said? Why I'll never be popular. I said, who wants to be popular anyway? I want to be famous. I want to be popular. you know, I want to be famous.
Yeah,
If
perfect, perfect. We'll take a break for a second.
Okay.
So
Oh
that's
my
huge.
goodness,
Yeah, this is huge.
it's gonna be. I think I think part of it is I. th- Well, it's just so many things in my mind right now. Validation, of course, but really,
Can you just say the Manila when we go to Manila?
when we go to Manila, the show would be mostly for family and friends. That's my intention because my mom wants me to do it. So I said, okay, ma, we're gonna do it, but it's not gonna be a money making venture. We're very clear with that. It's gonna be open to the public. It's gonna be in a theater that seats 300. But a lot of my family and friends would like to see what I do because they've seen the YouTube postings, they've heard stories, but I think it's mostly for them for me to show them what I do. But also, I think I would. I know I should be beyond this, right? But the validation from friends there who's very uptight and who's like, oh, I think for them to see me, and say, it's what you do is not crass, or or I don't think I'm explaining it right.
Just accept. Just it'll. They have to see it.
They'll have to see it, and really, whether they like it or not, I would love it if they like it. I have to be honest. But if they hated it and they go, oh, whatever you're doing, I just say, you have no idea what's happening with me when I go to Puerto Vallarta, when I go here in Seattle, when I go to New York, when I go to LA. If you're, if and that could happen too with friends from wherever. If they're close-minded, they're close-minded. I can't do anything about that. But when I sing If You Believe, because that's always my anthem, I always end a show with If You Believe in Rainbow. That's I'm singing it for them, and I'm also singing it for myself. I have to remind myself why I do what I do. Opening hearts and minds through music, one cabaret at a time, right? I mean, I I'm not gonna fool myself and say I'm here to change the world. No, I'm just here to open hearts and minds. If they just come out of the show and they say, hey, that's a guy up there, you know, and I really enjoyed it, and make them think, that's all I want them to. If that's what they got out of it, I'm happy if they just think about it. Oh, I've gone extensively in around the United States, of course. Well, I think I'll just name the halls that I've performed in. So, with the men's chorus, I've performed at the Meyerson in Dallas, at the Symphony Hall in Boston, Carnegie Hall in New York, um, uh, the Concertgebouw in Amsterdam, which is their Carnegie Hall over there, or uh, Town Hall in London, um, Town Hall in Sydney. Uh, I performed Rotorua in Oakland, in Berlin, in Hamburg. Um, those, I mean, those when I've done my cabarets in New York, um, Puerto Vallarta, Palm Springs, Los Angeles,
San Francisco.
San Francisco. Oh, the Raz Room, fantastic. Where else? Philadelphia,
Where'd you
and
perform there?
there's a little bar called it's the Asian group. My friend was executive director of the Jade. They call it the Jade Room. They had events for the gays and lesbians of Asians, Asian queers, and so they invited me to perform. They paid for my airfare and housed me and everything. So I said, just get me there. You don't have, not for everyone, but I do it for free for them because I do some stuff for free that are close to my heart. So as long as they get me there, don't worry about the fee. So and that was wonderful.
You should.
No, I didn't perform in a cabaret setting. It was in a bar setting, but it was a special event that night. They called it the Jade Room and they had this Filipino American drag performer that they brought in. So there, so and now Manila, hopefully in March. So that's the plan.
Where's the venue gonna be? What? How?
It's a small theater called Teatrino. It's beside a bigger theater called the Music Museum, which is owned by this famous singer in the Philippines. She was now a mentor. My nephew now sings there. He's a pop singer. So mentoring him. It's all these connections. So it's a legitimate cabaret space or music venue that we're planning to be there on March 15.